Good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Myself, Toastmaster Sunita, your Sergeant of Arms today. I'm honored to welcome you all for today's Table Topics Marathon. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every individual member has the opportunity to develop oral communication and leadership skills, which in turn foster self-confidence and personal growth. Let's start off this meeting with enlightening ourselves by repeating our club oath after me. For better listening.
For better listening.
For better thinking.
Better thinking.
For better speaking.
For better speaking.
We learn by doing.
We learn by doing.
As we are about to start, I would just remind you the ground rules for today's meeting. Kindly keep your mobile phones in silent mode. During the speeches, let's avoid talking about sex, religion, or politics, or any irrelevant or any offensive language during the meeting. During the table topics, you can volunteer even if you're a guest. With that note, I would like to call upon our presiding officer to take over the lectern. And for that, we have an eminent personality, CSR Manager, Division 79 for the year 2020-21, our beloved Taj VPE, and the Division A Director-elect. Over to you, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunita Johnny, for that elevated introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, welcome to Taj meeting number 974. We are inching towards the 1000th meeting. I'm just waiting for that moment. And we have come a long way by learning through every meeting, learning something new. I have learned last 4 years, every meeting has given me something. That's why I always say, keep coming and striking again and again. You will learn something for sure. On that note, welcome to the TT Marathon session. This is first time this year we are trying this kind of, we have done speakathons, but a TT Marathon is first time in our club. So I'm excited for that session and looking forward. Before we go forward, let me invite our guests who have joined. First of all, the idea came up from the Eastern Province. So I would like to call the person who was behind that event, Toastmaster Arun Vasan.
Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to Taj.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. So we would like to listen to you. I saw the flyer and I could not attend the session actually. So I thought let's do it ourselves and see how it goes.
All right. That's great. I'm inspiring people around. Someone inspired me. I'm glad I'm able to pass on the vibes to others. So great going. All the best. Let's enjoy the show. Back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Arun. Next, we have a guest from Saudi Ceramics, my company employee, Mr. Sharavanan. What are you looking for by joining this meeting? I mean, what is your expectation? Let us know.
No, just I want to know about the meeting. What is going on meeting? How can the explain? How can the speaking? So just I want to know about that meetings.
Sure. Thank you for joining. I'm sure you will gain a lot from this meeting. Next, let me thank you, Toastmaster, Mr. Saravanan. We wish to see you again. Stay in the meeting. We'll call you back in the end to review your.
Thank you.
Let me call Mr. Thomas Abraham.
Hi. Curiosity brings me here.
Great. That's nice. You're from India, sir? Where are you?
Yes, from? Chennai.
Welcome to Riyadh. It's our Riyadh club. So we hope to see you through the meeting and take part in the table topics.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, our senior member from District 79, DTM Galal Zaki. Good evening, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. Even though curiosity killed the cat, I'm always very fond of joining Toastmasters, especially with Omar Farouk and his terrifying topics. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me call upon Division B Director-elect, one of the Division B Director-elects, DTM Saida Ansari. Thank you for joining, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Division A elect, Toastmaster Jiju and Taj members. I really feel very happy to be here with you all, knowing that, okay, a Taj Club is part of Division B, and I'd like, okay, feel that it's my responsibility. Let the best of us win. We have another candidate as well, but still, it will be my responsibility, to be with you all, being part of Division B. We think that we don't do earlier. There comes a time where you need to really look forward to doing more, coming forward. So here I'm with you. Wish you all the best. And like you said, it's really interesting that you have a table topics marathon. That's very good, interesting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for joining.
Yeah.
Next, let me call upon our beloved Toastmaster Umar Farouk, a very humble friend.
Yes, Toastmaster Jiju, our Division A Director-elect. Congratulations, first of all, for that.
Thank you so much.
And it's always a pleasure to come back to Taj and attend their meetings. They are full of learning and enthusiasm. I like the way they carry their and conduct their meetings. And looking forward to seeing you all and in interesting table topics also from Sundar. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and bringing your guest along. We have two more guests. I see Shaunakai Sterling. I'm right. I'm not wrong, in fact.
Yes, you're correct.
All right.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you for yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Mr. Chayan Pant.
Hi, joining you from India.
Nice. Okay. Welcome to Taj meeting and take part in the table topic marathon.
Sure.
All right. I think, and we have our table topic champion with us, DTM Roji Matthew, our Division B, past Division B director. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you, Division A elect Jijo Koshi. All the best for the table topics marathon. We'll be giving a lot of insights to new members. I'm happy to see that a lot of new members guest and DTM Saida Ansari, Madam DTM Saida Ansari, and a lot of guests have joined. It's good to be back. And yes, Mr. Thomas T. Abraham from Chennai has joined. Yes, how are you, sir? Yeah, a lot of guests. I think that'll be a great opportunity for the youngsters and the new members to see all the stalwarts, a galaxy of leaders performing today. All the best. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DTM Roji. Okay, before we go forward, we have some achievements from last week. We had 2 level completions. Toastmaster Sunil Idukula for completing his level 2 in presentation mastery. And Toastmaster Neetu Pradesh for completing her level 5 in presentation mastery. Please give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Sunil and Toastmaster Neetu. next, we have our last week's meeting winners. Okay. Last week, best prepared speech, best prepared speaker, Toastmaster Needu Ratish. Best table topic, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. Best evaluator, Toastmaster Dr. Arnachalam. And best of big three, Toastmaster Sunita Johnny. Please give a big round of applause for all the winners. So on that note, I will not waste more time. Let me go directly into the meeting. And today we have a special theme, all is well. And the person, our Toastmaster evening, whenever he goes to his patients, first thing he says, all is well. This is what he says to his patients. He's an oral surgeon by profession. He is our Taj Club president. He is our Division A winner for Division A and Division B division contest. He is in 4 categories: table topics, international, humorous, and evaluation. So in 4 categories, he will be representing Riyadh clubs at SATAC. He is none other than our president, DTM, Dr. Sundar Ramalingam, as Toastmaster of the day. All is well.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. Thanks for that generous introduction. And before I start, my hearty congratulations on you being made the Division A Director-elect for the program year 2022-2023 for District 79. Indeed, a proud moment for all of us. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
So all my dear fellow Toastmasters and guests and friends joining Taj Toastmasters Club meeting today, from far and wide, a warm good evening to you all. I hope all is well with you.
All is well.
Okay, so today we are here for yet another meeting, and here in Saudi Arabia, this is the month of Ramadan. This is the holy month of Ramadan, and Ramadan is a month where most of our friends from the Islamic community, they actually fast from daybreak until dusk. And this is actually an exercise for them to prove that everything around is well and all is well. And it's one of the blessed months, they say. And due to constraints, due to Ramadan, so we had to plan up something innovative. So that's when we got up a leaf from one of the teams that did a table topics marathon in the Eastern Province of District 79. And then we came up with that idea thanks to our Vice President of Education and today's Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Jijo. This event today has materialized. So I thank you all for joining, and I'm sure that you are all excited to take part and deliver your table topic speech in the table topics marathon. So speaking about this theme, all is well, I believe most of you would have seen this movie, 3 Idiots, okay, a very famous movie, one of the biggest money spinners, and rather than that, a more of an educative movie. Many people got an idea, a different perspective of what education could be. So one of the catchphrases which the protagonist in the movie says is all is well. So the same thing applies for table topics also, I believe. Whenever you're given a topic, or a question for you to answer, when you have in your mind the feeling that all is well, I'm sure that you will ace that topic or question in a great way. And what is so innovative or interesting about table topics is this is one thing that really helps out of all activities that we do in Toastmasters. I don't say that the other things that we do in Toastmasters don't help us, but for sure, this one helps. I guess all the married men here would accept that, because every time a wife asks you a question, it's a table topic. Remember your table topics master, and if you have been really thorough in preparing for your table topics, you always have an answer. Not just your wife, okay, she's the boss at home. What about the boss at work? Okay, so always you have to be ready-made with answers, and that's all is about table topics. And that's the interesting part about table topics. It's all about impromptu speaking. And believe me, giving a table topics for a minute or two might not be looking so challenging, but if you look at the preparation that some of the people take into it, there is a famous quote by Mark Twain. For him to deliver an impromptu speech, he needs to prepare for more than a month. So he takes a longer time preparing for an impromptu speech rather than a prepared speech, because in that spot in time, you have to deliver a well-structured speech with an opening body and a conclusion, preferably a message that would attract your audience. And that's where the goal or the game lies in. And once you get ahead and do your table topics so very well, don't you all feel elated? Well, elated is the word of the day. So I have the opportunity to introduce a great word as well. So make sure that the feeling that you get, the happiness that you get when you do a very good table topics. So that's the meaning of the word elated. So you can actually extrapolate it to any circumstance or situation in your life. And elated is actually the past tense of the noun. Elate is the verb, and elation is the feeling of being elated. That's the noun form of the word. So try to use this word as much as possible as a part of your table topic speeches that you're going to deliver today. To give you a brief about today's table topic marathon, we are going to have 3 sessions. Well, initially we planned out like we would have 4 to 5 speakers per session, and each one of those table topic sessions would be evaluated by a separate evaluator, one of the best evaluators. We have some of the best evaluators here to give you feedback about your table topic speech. Looking at the numbers, I think we may be a little bit flexible, as some sessions could be 4 or 5 speakers, some could be 5, some could be 4. I have a question from Toastmaster Galal. It's elated, not belated. Elated. Feel happy about it. At last, you did not ask the question belated. It was asked right on time. So the word is elated. Feel happy. Okay. So the 3 sessions would be laid out, and I have actually included every name, every member present here, including the evaluators. So only the evaluator for that particular session would not be called up for the table topic speech. So that's about it. But before I start, I just need to ask my Vice President Education, Toastmaster Jijo, who will be the timer?
Toastmaster Rajan.
Okay, fine, good. Fine. So in case Toastmaster Rajan is being called as the speaker for that moment, so probably I will act as the timer. I'll stand in as a backup timer. Other than that, Toastmaster Rajan will be giving the timings for us. And I guess all of you know about table topics. It's a 1 to 2 minute speech. You will be given a topic, and the topic would be repeated twice. And for the benefit of all the members, before I spin the wheel, or before I select the member, I would call the topic, and then I would spin the wheel to select the member, then repeat the topic again, and then they have the time to speak. So that every member has an opportunity to think about the topic and also speak about it. And second thing is the green light, the timing criteria. The green light would be shown at 1 minute, the yellow at 1 minute and 30 seconds, and the red light at 2 minutes. And after you see the red light or the red card, which will be spotlighted along with your video on the screen that you see, you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. Just to make it a little bit more competitive and more cheerful, we will be having a voting at the end of each table topic session. So just be glued to it. You have a chance to select the best table topic speaker for each session. So if all of you are ready, can we jump in straight to the table topics session? Great. Fine. So moving up, I just thought like, why not, why to make, to beat the monotony rather. I thought like we could have a little bit of themes for each one of these sessions. So for the first session, I thought like probably we could have quotes from famous people. Famous quotes that we very often use in our prepared speeches or essays and things like that. So why not use these quotes as our table topics? So the first segment is going to be about quotes. To evaluate the first segment, we have a very eminent Toastmaster. We actually, for those of you who are not from India, the word Taj means the crown. And a crown has so many jewels. And one of our crown jewels is this Toastmaster. He was a former division champion in international speech. He went up to SATAC, the finalist at SATAC. He just missed by a whisker to move into the international the World Championship of Public Speaking. Had he gone there, I'm sure he would have been holding the trophy of the World Champion of Public Speaking. We call him our mentor of mentors, who always has honed our skills at Taj Toastmasters Club. By profession, he is a senior marketing manager, and he is like currently the country head. I'm sorry, I have not taken the introduction from him, but he is a gentleman who personifies perfection. Anything that he does, be it in profession, be it in his family, or be it in Toastmastering, and it is none other than distinguished Toastmaster Roji Matthew. Distinguished Toastmaster Roji Matthew would be our evaluator for this session. Thank you, DTM Roji, for evaluating the session. So can we go ahead with the session?
You may please proceed.
Thank you, DTM Roji. So I have a wheel of names wherein I have put all the names. Let me just check if I have left out any. There was one person who joined lastly, so I can include his name as well. Okay, I have all the names here on the wheel. So the first topic is, this is a quote by Greg Anderson. Focus on the journey, not the destination. Let me spin the wheel. Oh. So, the first speaker, our first speaker for today is Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. The topic is focus on the journey, not the destination. May I pin the timer, Toastmaster Rajan?
Delhi, Delhi. This was the moment I went to I went to the station and I heard the person, the postman man, telling, I was looking for a seat to go to Delhi. Guess what? I took that seat, went to the second class compartment, and spent 3 nights in that compartment to reach Delhi. That's about 2,000 kilometers. The destination was Delhi. But then I focused on the journey. How to make it a memorable event, a memorable journey. I can't spend 3 days just sitting in the train in one center. No. I decided, let's make the best use of the time. I made the friends with everyone in that compartment. We played Rummy. It's a game of poker. We had fun with so many children around. Guess what? It earned me 2 lunch and 1 dinner just by spending time with them. And I enjoyed every moment until I reached Delhi. Furthermore, those contacts helped me spread my legs in Delhi, where I was a new person. And it helped me achieve my target in Delhi. That was for attestation. I did not know the place, but through this journey, I made sure I reached that destination. Friends, fellow Toastmasters, wherever your journey is going, enjoy the moment. Don't focus on the destination alone. Enjoy the journey. What I'm doing in Toastmasters, This is not the end. I am trying to become a leader, a better communicator. While there's always learning is going on through this journey. So friends, fellow Toastmasters, enjoy your journey now. It's now or never. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. So we are all ready to enjoy the journey of today's TT Marathon, no matter what the destination is. But I'm sure we are going to have a great destination. We are all going to be feeling elated at the end of it. So let's move on to our next topic. Our next topic is a quote by Mark Twain. Am I audible? I'm sorry, this is not the topic. Okay, I just checked my audio. The next quote is by Mark Twain. Go to heaven for the climate and hell for the company. So let's see who is going to be the speaker going to deliver. I'm going to spin the wheel. We have Shanonake Sterling, Toastmaster Shanonake Sterling. That's fine. Yeah, are you ready? Yeah. The topic is, it's a quote by Mark Twain. Go to heaven for the climate, hell for the company. Toastmaster Shanonake Sterling.
Go to heaven for the climate, go to hell for the company. Personally, I don't agree with Mark Twain. I don't know what he was thinking about or the concept that he was thinking of when he came up with that quote. But for me, if I want to go to heaven for the climate, I'm surely would like to go to heaven also for the company. Because I am sure there's good company, even better company in heaven than we'll be having in hell. So for me, I think we should strive to go to heaven, strive to do the good things, strive to do the correct things, strive to do the ethical things, strive to make this world a better place for not only yourself and your generation, but also for everyone that you come in contact with. Strive to think of others and to think what they're going through and to see how you can help them with whatever they're going through. Try to be in that number that goes to heaven. And I'm sure when you get there, you will have great company there. Over back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Shanonake, for that great attempt. Yes, true. In spite of our beliefs about the heaven and hell, I think the word heaven symbolifies something good and whatever goodness that we do, and that's what you convey to us. Thank you very much for that great table topic speech. So moving up next, we have our third topic for today, and this is a quote by Bill Wilson. The quote is, "To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you are the world." So let me select who is going to be the speaker for this. Spinning the wheel. Who is that one person? Oh, it is DTM Saeeda Ansari, Distinguished Toastmaster Saeeda Ansari. Ma'am, are you there?
Yeah, I'm with you. Thank you,
let me repeat the
Dr.
topic. Let me repeat the topic once again. It's a quote by Bill Wilson. "To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you are the world." DTM Saeeda Ansari.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Sundar. DTM Dr. Sundar, the table topic master for today's session. Yeah, I totally agree with that. We may be insignificant when you try to compare yourself with a wider audience, but yeah, like you will be the world, okay, for one single person, whoever you're very close to. The first Me being a woman, I would consider myself as a mother, and for my children, I am the entire world. Like since the time I gave birth, since the time I was with my child or all my children at every stage, yeah, I was their world, and I'm very proud of that. Okay, and then again, like if I try to put me in every situation, as a teacher, as a mother, as a wife, as a Toastmaster in my club, as wherever I go, wherever I try to see, yes, I am the world to one single person, one single entity, one single, the small area, the small environment that I'm in. Yeah, I'm the world. But I may not be so when I try to expand myself. The funniest part was when you were just reading this topic. I'm like, huh. So I might be like very important. I might be the world for Division B, but in District 79, I may just be one single drop in the sea. I may be, a small fish in a big pond, as you may say, or a big fish in a small pond. Yeah, it's me. And we are always there. I think all of us find ourselves in the same situation, in the same scenario, whenever you try to think about it theoretically and like try to think about it logically. So, yeah, that's very good. So, I would like to be a world for one single person. I would like to be the Division B director for our Division B and for the clubs that are in Division B. So, yeah, thank you very much for that. And I really enjoyed the topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Saida, for that great attempt on that particular topic. And you actually brought in some of your own personal element into that one. That's a great way of doing it. Let me go on to the next topic. This is a quote by Khalil Gibran. Life without love is like a tree without blossoms. Life, I'm not supposed to repeat the topic right now. Okay, I'll just call out the speaker. Let me just spin the wheel. I'm sharing my screen.
Khalid Amin is, I think.
No. Just a second. I'm just spinning the wheel now. I have included Khalid Amin and Naveen Pawwal as well. They joined us. So our next speaker is Mr. Saravanan. Mr. Saravanan, are you ready?
Yeah, ready, sir. So can you repeat?
Yeah, I'll repeat the topic. This is actually a quote by Khalil Gibran. Life without love is like a tree without blossom. Over to you, Mr. Saravanan.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this topic. Life without love, without the tree. So life means very, very precious. Only one time only we are available here. With the tree, without tree means that we cannot live in the. We cannot live. How can I say? This is the first time I have a little nervous. Sorry for the interrupt. So life is very precious life, sir. So this is very want to know enjoying of the life. We have to enjoy the all everything for happily. So same like if without life means without anything means we cannot do anything. So life is very precious. This is that's it. Sorry, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Saravanan, for that great attempt. Life is indeed life without love is indeed a tree without blossom. So love is the main purpose of life that we all live in. Thank you so much for attempting that great topic. Okay, up next we have the next one. this is a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. The quote is, "Believe you can, and you are halfway there." Let me find out who is the speaker. Okay, so we have our current Division B Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Mahesh. DTM Dr. Mahesh, the topic for you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's a quote by Theodore Roosevelt. The topic is, "Believe you can, and you are halfway there."
Believe you can, and you're halfway there. And most of us like this self-confidence. Many of us are so talented, but we always ask a question. Or sometimes we are confused and say, oh, I don't think I can do it. That's the most mistake all people make. And if you want to achieve something, the most important thing you have is you need to a mindset. You need to set your target so high, work on it, have belief in you. Then only you can achieve that. Dear Toastmasters, many of us are so talented, but we always have a fear that we might fail in our success journey. What I believe is, and what I implement is, even if I'm not 100% sure, I'll try to implement something, and I believe that I can correct it on the way. And we at Toastmasters, we believe that we learn by doing. So dear Toastmasters, don't hesitate. If you want to change your profession, improve your lifestyle, believe in yourself. Before you go ahead, trust yourself and say, I can do it. You don't need to be a perfectionist. It's not to be perfect, but you can make it perfect on the way. So be confident, take the challenge, move out from your comfort zone, explore your life. You have a great future. Back to you, the table topic master.
Thank you very much, DTM Dr. Mahesh, for the great attempt on confidence. It's indeed something that builds up confidence, and then when we have the confidence, we are able to achieve more. So moving up next, we have the last topic for the first session, and this is again a favorite quote of mine from William Shakespeare. "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." Let's see who has this gift of a topic. Spin the wheel. Toastmaster Sunita Johnny, are you there?
I am very much here.
So Toastmaster Sunita, the topic is, it's a quote from William Shakespeare. "The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away." Toastmaster Sunita Johnny.
The meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away. It's such a beautiful quote and a very difficult one to follow. Finding our gifts, it's very easy when compared to giving it away. I don't think most of us human beings are such selfless beings as to give away something as precious as a talent and the outcome of what we develop with our talents. This reminds me of Mother Teresa, who has been known for her selflessness, where she stoops down to very low level. She walks to any path and every path of life to meet the people. And her greatest gift was to love others selflessly. I've heard testimonies of people who have met her and have witnessed the selflessness that she has always shown around. How poverty-stricken children, dirty children are smothered with love, and how she is elated in all of that. So to find somebody's gift is easier, but then to give it away, which is the purpose of life, is unbelievably difficult. Over to you, facilitator of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunita, for evoking the anecdote from Mother Teresa, an epitome of love and affection. So with that, we come to the end of the first session. We had 6 speakers, and we had those 6 topics. We'll have the evaluation done at the end of the session. We still have 2 more sessions, and I make sure that every one of you here gives it a shot in table topics. And at the end of the first session, we had 6 speakers. May I ask the timer if all of them are qualified?
Yes, all of them are qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajan. Thanks for your great job as a timer. We'll just continue with it. So I just shared the voting link for all of you. It's a Google form link that is going to be shared in the chat box. So just cast your vote for whom you think performed the best of their abilities as the table topic speaker in this particular session. So here is the link now. So you may please vote now. The link is there on your chat box in Zoom. Just click on the link and then vote for the best table topic speaker whom you felt did well. So with that, we come to the end of the first session, and we will now move on to the second session of table topics. And this session, I have a different theme. So for the first one, we had some remarkable quotes from some of our favorite speakers or playwrights or writers. For this one, we have hypothetical scenarios. If you could, so that's going to be the catchphrase of, or the prelude for all of the topics. If you could, so definitely if you could means it is definitely a hypothetical situation. So what would you do in such a hypothetical situation? So this is going to be the lineup of topics for this particular session. And to evaluate this session, we have an eminent Toastmaster as well. He is the past president of Taj Toastmasters Club. He's currently the Division B director, and we both joined together Toastmasters almost on the same day. I still remember the very day when we were attending guests and attempting table topics like most of you here. And from there, I have seen his growth as a speaker, as a leader, and he has always set up benchmarks, and which has acted as role models for several of us here in Taj Toastmasters Club. In fact, he was the president when I was the vice president education. So such a great rapport that we had, and it still continues from the day we joined till right now. Professionally, he is a health and safety expert who trains others through his own training center. And he is one of those DLC nominated candidates for the position of Club Growth Director, District 79, a coveted position. I wish that this greater person takes up and helms the affairs there. So let me call upon our evaluator for this session, distinguished Toastmaster, Dr. Mahesh Pillai.
Thank you,
Dr. Mahesh, can we start the session?
Yes, Dr. Sundar, please proceed.
Thank you very much. Okay, so let us see what is going to be our first topic. Our first topic for this session is the topic is, if you could live your life again for one day, what day would you choose? So let me go on to the wheel of names. I wish to add the name of DTM Roji Matthew because he is no more an evaluator, but it would be a pleasure to watch him deliver the table topic speech as well. So,
few more guests have joined now.
I think I have added all the guests who were there before.
Pragya Jain.
Yeah, Pragya Jain and Khalid Amin are added already. So here we have the names. So let me see who is going to be the speaker for this particular topic. So it is Chayan Pant. Chayan Pant, are you there?
I'm there.
I'm unable to see your video.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm trying to spotlight you. See spotlighter?
I'll do it.
Can you please spotlight Toastmaster Chayan Pant as well as the timer? So Toastmaster Chayan Pant, distinguished Toastmaster Chayan Pant. So we're happy to have you here. So you're from District 41 and Division Q Director. Really pleasure to have you with us here, this DTM Chayan. So the topic is, if you could live one day of your life over again, what day would you choose? DTM Chayan Pant.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. One of the fallacies of Asian cultures is that children have an awkwardness with their parents. Many a times they're not able to express their true feelings. Sometimes they feel that they're going to go and hug their fathers and mothers and tell them how much they mean to them. But as they grow up, that awkwardness prevents them to do that. I lost my father last year. And since he's passed away, I've always thought, why did I not go to him and tell him what he meant to me? Why I was always obliged, thankful to him for the education that he gave me and for the struggles that he went through his life to ensure that I could make mine. So if I am given a chance to go back, I would go back to that period when I had my father and the other members of my family who have departed around me, so that I could go to them, hug them hard, and tell them that I love them. Tell them that they mean the world to me. Because, let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, our life is like a speck of dust in the sands of time. It flows through the fingers when we don't even realize it's going away. And one fine day, it's gone. While somebody may get the option of going back in time and reliving the state, but I would urge and encourage each one of you to live your life to the fullest. If you like someone, if you love someone, whoever they may be open and tell them. Because the time that is today, the time that is now, is gone forever, never to return. What do you say, Mr. Table Topic Master?
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Chayan. Very truly said, time and tide wait for no one. So better to live it at that moment rather than regretting for it later, so that we avoid such kind of hypothetical if I could have situations. Thank you so much. Let us move on to the next topic. And the next topic is, if you could take a single photograph of your life, what would it look like? So let's see who is going to be our speaker for this one. I saw another guest joining recently, Ding Williams. Okay, I will include him as well in the wheel of names. So here we go. So we have distinguished Toastmaster Roji Matthew, who will be our speaker for this particular topic. DTM Roji Matthew. Your topic is, if you could take a single photograph of your life, what would it look like?
Each and every day, of our life is very important. We rise up every day and thank God that we are alive. We go to bed every day with hope to rise and see the sunshine every morning. If you could take a single photograph of your life and say which is the best, I still remember that sunny morning when my mom held my hand and took me to school. I still remember that day because moms had to go back, but my mom did not leave the school gate. When I came out, she was still there, drenched in sweat and dust. And what a confidence I had, because through the window I could see my mom standing outside, and I was very much elated to see her with a toffee in her hand. And she said, "Your first day was wonderful. And if there is a possibility of having a photograph, that is a single photograph I will cherish my entire life." That was the confidence she had given me. And when I look back into the ikigai of my life, I realize that that was the confidence which had helped me to overcome hurdles. So a single photograph would be the first day in school when my mother held my hand and led me to school. Over to you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Roji, for that great speech rather. You all remember the first day to school, and what if we had a photograph of that? How much we do miss that. Thank you so much for reminiscing these thoughts in all of us here today. So moving up to our next topic, and in the if you could sequence, the next topic is, if you could be any age again for 1 week, what age and why? Let's see who is the lucky person who has the ability to relive. Toastmaster Naveen Parwal. Toastmaster Naveen, are you there with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. Can we have him spotlighted? Toastmaster Jiro, please. Yes, Toastmaster Naveen. So your topic is, if you could be any age again for 1 week, what age and why?
Fellow Toastmasters, it is said that age is just a mind over matter. If you don't mind it, it really doesn't matter. But nevertheless, if I'm given this privilege or an opportunity to relive my life, and at any one age for 1 week, I guess the age which I would choose would be probably 30 years back behind time. Yes, that is an age of fun and frolic when, of course, my life was so carefree back then. Yes, I used to be totally, sorry to use the word, a nerd, and of course, I never used to obey my parents. But nevertheless, life taught me the hard way to be disciplined, to get up in time, to work in time, to go to office, to come back in the office, and to manage everything. And of course, those were the ages what times when I used to intermingle with a lot of friends, and of course, there were some good friends, some bad friends, and of course, all type of people. But of course, these are all memories right now. And memories, as they say, play a very confusing part. They make you laugh when you remember the last time you cried together. And they make you cry when you remember the last time you laughed together. But the reason I would choose that particular time is because I still have old memories of my old girlfriend back then. Unfortunately, we broke up after about 6 months, but nevertheless, those 6 months which I spent with her were the most indelible period of my life. There were the times of life when we were all carefree, but nevertheless, we are still in touch today. And although we couldn't settle down together, but nevertheless, we still discuss about what would have happened if something would, if we were together. So I'm sure that even if I'm thinking about the same thing, she also would be thinking about the same thoughts. And that's what a real friendship is all about. It is that even if you are living apart, you are still close to each other. So I wish I could live those times of 30 years ago. Over to you, Toastmaster today.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Naveen, for that brilliant speech about if you could have lived, you wanted to live 30 years ago. So let's move on to our next topic, and if you could see segment. So the next one is, if you could choose one book that symbolizes your life, what would that be? So let's see who is the lucky person able to choose the book. So Toastmaster Arun Vasan. Toastmaster Arun Vasan.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Toastmaster Arun Vasan, your topic is, if you could choose one book that symbolizes your life, what would that book be?
Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and Tabletop Master. Well, I think when I was in college, the first time I came across this book, The Power of Positive Thinking by Norma Vincent Peale. And I remember I started and then I kept on reading it. And that book, I completed probably in one go. And whatever was mentioned in that book, for example, that particular quote which said that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that particular book has let's say, that has been my Bible all my life. And I've always believed in that. And I have been trying to work and let's say, align my goals, my efforts in that. There were times, many a times, where I started doubting, but I thought, okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel, so I won't give up. For example, I started music and I wasn't exactly a specialist in that, but I kept on trying. It took 10 years, but then it did come. And I have now composed close to about some 100 odd bhajans. So yeah, the power of positive thinking works. 10 years ago, I attended my first meeting in Arabian Toastmasters Club. I wanted to become a DTM, yet to become one, but it doesn't matter. I'm still trying. I'm sure one of these days is just around the corner. I'm not the one to give up. I'm sure it will be done. I've lived in about 4 or 5 countries, Kuwait, Qatar, Dubai, Bahrain, and in Saudi Arabia. Money wasn't easy to come by, but it is coming now. And I am not the person to give up again. I would definitely try. And things are settling down. And now I've become more of a, let's say, philosopher advisor to others. So when I keep telling them, look at things positively, there is always a learning somewhere. There is always a lesson for us in all the setbacks. So don't ever give up. Don't ever think about quitting. That's not your personality. Let's say that experience has helped me to become a better person. It has helped me to become a better father, maybe a better friend, a better manager. And I would strive to do so. And yeah, so the same advice I'll probably give to you, that don't ever give up. All things are possible as long as you have a bit of self-confidence and the trust that the Almighty is always around you. Tabletop Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Arun. We all believe in the power of positive thinking, and thank you very much for reiterating that to us again. So moving up next to our next topic in the If You Could sequence, the topic is, if you could fly an aeroplane, where would you go to? So let's see who is the lucky person who has got the opportunity to fly an aeroplane. Let me spin the wheel. We have Toastmaster Khalid Amin. Toastmaster Khalid Amin, are you there with us?
Well, Mr. Table Topics Master, I'm here, but I hope I am there.
Yeah, you're loud and clear, sir. Okay, with that shady lighting, you look so awesome.
Well, actually, I was driving. I just stopped out of respect.
Oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Can I repeat the topic to you? Would you like to attempt it now?
Would you please?
Yeah. If you could fly an aeroplane, where would you take it to?
Very interesting. Let me tell you a story. I don't know if you can hear me still.
You are audible. Yeah, you are audible, Toastmaster Khalid.
You are talking about an airplane, but probably this is related. Let me tell you a story. I was a student in the United States in the 80s when NASA announced they're going to take a civilian to the moon. And I wrote to NASA. I said, I want to go to the moon. Can I go to the moon? NASA never replied to my request, but the local newspaper made me a celebrity. They called me, they interviewed me, they asked me all sorts of questions about my background, my little country. Of course, it's a little country, Bahrain, because it's a very small country relative to the US. I told them I want to go to the moon. And then they interviewed me, everyone. I was a celebrity for a whole week in my little town. It's a college town. So, but you're giving me an airplane. That's a very limited option. I would fly to the moon. That's where I want to go one day. But you have to be a little more generous with me, not to give me an ordinary airplane. Give me something a little more advanced, like a spacecraft. Then I can achieve my dream. Well, fellow Toastmasters, is there any message in this? Yes. If you have a dream, never forget it. Always think about it, because one day it may be true. And I am a firm believer in what a Chinese proverb says. It says, be careful what you wish for, because one day you may get it. So if you dream something, dream big, and don't forget about your dream. Spend time on it, thinking about it, believe in it, as somebody was saying a few minutes ago. And one day, hopefully, it will become true. Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Khalid Amin, for that brilliant speech. Indeed, I'm just going to write to Elon Musk to give you a spacecraft. Probably the Starship that he is getting new out, we should write for you. Thank you very much. And let's move on to the last topic of the If You Could segment. So the topic is, if you could instill one piece of advice in a newborn baby's mind, what would that be? Let's just see who has that ability. So I'm going to spin the wheel. Oh, wow. So we have the man to answer the question. Toastmaster Omar. Toastmaster Omar Farooq Awan.
Okay.
Let me repeat the topic for you.
Yes, please.
If you could instill one piece of advice in a newborn baby's mind, what would that be?
I wish, Dr. Sundar, I had that technology to instill advice in a newborn baby's mind. They hardly can speak. How I can give them advice? At least I would like them to grow up first, make it 3-4 years. Then I can give them advice. Okay, what is the advice that I will be giving them? Never stop believing in yourself. I know it is like an ordinary piece of advice everybody gives, never stop, but it is one of the hardest things to do for people. People will say, okay, I believe in myself, but they really do? I don't think so. They will be questioning their own actions. They will be indecisive. They will not be following their dream. Okay, what if happen if things go wrong? What will happen if something will make fun of me? All those things will stop you from achieving your goal. You're pursuing your dream, because it is very easy to say, I believe in yourself, accept yourself, and all those things. But there will be a lot of obstacles in your life. There will be a lot of challenges that will question your belief. Okay, that will question that will make you think the other way. Okay, what should I should do? Go another road. I should not take the road that is every one is taking. I should take the another different road. So what path you want to walk? The path that everybody is walking, the path you wanted to take. That is one belief that I will be instilling in a not a newborn baby. That I cannot do. I don't have that much technology to do that. But at least maybe a toddler, 4 or 5 years old, we can build in, we can inculcate all those things, values in that baby, whether a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter. It's all about your generation that you are leaving. I always say that it's not about what you leave for your generation. It's all about what you leave in them. Leave in them the firm belief, the strong values and morals, and you will have a generation that will lead the future generations to come. Over to you, DTM Sundaramalingam.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Omar, for that great speech. And of course, how we wish that we could instill something in a newborn baby's mind, but if given a chance, you had a great and noble thought. With that, we come to the end of the second segment of our TT Marathon. If you could, we had great hypothetical scenarios and great speeches from 6 speakers. Mr. Timer, Toastmaster Rajan Jose, have all the speakers qualified?
Yes, sir. All of them have qualified.
Thank you very much. My dear friends, I'm sharing the link with you again. Please vote for the best table topic speaker in the second segment. The link is there on your chat box in Zoom. So without further ado, let me just move on to the third segment. And the third segment is going to be about short one-liners. We very often use them in our speeches, be it table topics, prepared speeches, in our day-to-day conversations. We just bring up those short one-liners. We never know who said them. We just attribute it to some wise man sometime, somewhere. So let's just move on. These are going to be the topics. We have 5 more speakers, so we will gear up with that. And to evaluate this session, we have a very enthusiastic Toastmaster, the Vice President Education of Taj Toastmasters Club, and he is the Division A Director-elect. But more than all of these accolades that he's carrying, he's an epitome of sincerity and dedication. Any job that you give him, he is actually fully dedicated to the core in getting that job done. I'm proud to say that I am his mentor. He's one of my proud proteges. And one of the best examples that I have seen his embodiment of dedication and sincerity is when he took up as the CSR manager of District 79 in the last program year. In spite of all the difficulties, we were through the pandemic, we were down to online meetings, but his team was the one that was making sure things were going on and making sure CSR activity is being carried out. Kudos to that. And Toastmaster Jijo Koshi is that person who will evaluate our last segment. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jijo. So shall we start the final segment, Toastmaster Jijo?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. So the first topic is one of the favorites for most of us, no pain, no gain. So let's see who is that lucky person who is going to deliver the speech on this. So the wheel spins. Toastmaster Thomas Abraham. Toastmaster Thomas Abraham, are you there, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
So your topic is no pain, no gain.
Good afternoon. Good evening, all my dear friends. I take you back to the second job I did in Mumbai as an officer in an advertising department of a bank. I had 3 lady colleagues, which is a great thing you would think. But I was the only bachelor, and all the difficult jobs would come to Thomas because I was a bachelor. If any day there's something that happens that has to be finished that day, hey, Thomas, please. Saturday work, Thomas, please. In fact, I have taken a train journey to Lucknow from Mumbai with 4 hours notice by going to St. Xavier's College, which is in the city, picking up, borrowing somebody's clothes and going. I have done silk screen printing. That's the dirtiest way you can print with my own hands. I have slept in exhibition halls in Mumbai, Calcutta, a lot of places, braving the singing mosquitoes. I have slept the nights in printing presses. Again, not the best places to sleep. In this process, as I picked up all these creases, all these burdens, all these pains, I also gained. I learned the lot of back office things about advertising, exhibitions, filmmaking, things that no classroom will teach you. All this got back to me. They spoke up for me when I wanted to leave Mumbai because it was a busy city and I wanted to get into Microbosh, Bangalore. When I went for the interview, as luck would have it, of course, there were more glamorous people, people with flashier ties, all that. But the questions they asked were so practical. They talked about boards, size, paper, printing, cost. All that was easy for me because I had paid for it through pain for 11 years in Mumbai. The gain came when I got a dream job in Microbosh, one of the 3 MNCs then. I bought with that, soon I bought a small plot of land, my first acquisition, and I bought a house to my design. That was the gain that I earned from the pain, which I took on happily. Over to you, TT Master.
Thank you very much, DTM Thomas, for that eloquent speech symbolifying your life, how you went through the pains to achieve your final gain. Thank you so much. So our next topic would be the best is yet to come. So let's see who is the person who is going to speak about that. So we have the wheel spinning here. Toastmaster Pragya. Toastmaster Pragya, are you there?
She is not there.
Okay, fine. So let me move on again. I'll just spin the wheel again. Toastmaster Galal Zaki. Toastmaster Galal Zaki. So your topic is the best is yet to come.
Thank you. This topic has gotten me in such an elated mood, I can't begin to tell you. Time past is contained in time present, and both time present and time future and time past are perhaps contained in time future. I am here because of what I've been through throughout my life. But the future is not the way it used to be. I'm writing a book called Story of My Wife because I owe her my life. And this book has been going on for 40 years. It hasn't been finished. It'll be finished shortly before I die because we're not allowed to talk about religion, sex, or politics in this session. I was kicked out of many universities. All I was interested in at sports and girls, and not necessarily in that order. I had most of the track and field records at school to attract girls, but I discovered to attract more girls, I had to tell jokes. I got kicked out of several universities, and I met a bombshell in the 3rd university. All the boys and the teachers were running after her. And at the time, we didn't have social media. And the 3 fastest ways of spreading news were telephone, telegram, and telegirl. So I went to her best friend. I said, I'm madly in love with your friend, but please don't tell her. To cut a long story short, she became my wife when I was earning $50 a day doing my military service. And then she got me into a 3rd university and a 4th university, and to teach in America and to earn $500 an hour. And I accept rupees. I can't tell you that the future is not the way it used to be. I am so blessed to be married. And I did a song for her. It's on YouTube, To Fadia with Love. It will make you cry. Thank you. Back to you, Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Galal, for that touching speech. And also kudos to you and best wishes to you on your book endeavor that you are currently on. So we move on to our next topic, which is love more, worry less. So let's see who is the person who's going to speak about this topic. So we have two speakers, and let's see who is the lucky one. Toastmaster Ding Williams. Are you there? Yeah, Toastmaster Ding Williams, could you unmute yourself? Toastmaster Ding Williams isn't there. Okay, fine. I think he's not there, but we have another eminent guest here with us. We have distinguished Toastmaster Rami Jawad, our immediate past District 79 PQD and a very good friend of Taj Toastmasters Club. DTM Rami, would you like to attempt the topic? DTM Rami? I think he's not there. So I have no other choice but to go for the last speaker in this wheel of names. And it is none other than our timer, Toastmaster Rajan Jose. Toastmaster Rajan Jose, are you there? Yes, sir. So I'll be your timer. Let me get myself prepped up first.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sundar.
So your topic is love more, worry less. Toastmaster Rajan Jose.
Love, worry, fear, happiness, joy, so many emotions. That's what makes us all human. How could we love more? Is the world conducive to that right now? What's happening around us? Within the family, friends, those we know, in the country we live in, the country we belong to, and all around the world. Love is a great emotion. But worrying sometimes takes the fun or pleasure out of love. Worrying about what your child would probably become or be able to achieve, that causes you to move in so many, causes your mind and emotions to move in other directions than the positive. Love is such a positive emotion. We should strengthen our thought process, train our mind, like we do at Toastmasters, to come up with the right solution. Love more, worry less. How do you do it? Just think positive. Let's revert to systematic processes like yoga, which guide our mind, take our mind over matter, and bring ourselves and all around us to love each other more and more as fellow human beings, as people. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Rajan Jose, for emphasizing to us all that we all need to love more and worry less with that brilliant speech. So with that, we come to the end of the third segment. I believe I have invited every member who has been present here in today's meeting for a table topic speech. and we are already a bit running short of time. So I think with that, I have to call this a day with the segment. So we come to the end of the third segment. Mr. Timer, would you please say if all of the speakers are qualified? Yes, you are also qualified.
Absolutely, sir. All three are qualified.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So let me just share the link for you all regarding the first one. So here you have the voting link for the third segment. So please vote for the best speaker in the third segment of Table Topics. So as the voting moves on, it's now time for us to hear feedback. What is the most important and interesting aspect of Toastmasters is the evaluation and feedback system that we have in place with us. See someone joining here. So evaluation and feedback is the key aspect of Toastmasters. So we have three eminent evaluators who had evaluated each one of these sessions. So it's now my pleasure to invite to you the three evaluators. Our first evaluator who evaluated this first segment of Table Topics was Distinguished Toastmaster Roji Matthew. Distinguished Toastmaster Roji Matthew, the stage is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sundar, President of Taj Toastmasters.
Just a point of information, Mr. Timer, please note that green will be at 3 minutes, yellow at 3 minutes 30 seconds, and red at 4 minutes.
Toastmaster Sundar, I do not know whether my video will be on because I have a slight glitch. However, let me proceed.
Your voice is loud and clear, and your smiling photograph is more than enough, DTM project. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Shall I go ahead, timer?
Yeah. Yes, please. Mr. Timer, 3, 3.5, 4.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Now, congratulations to Dr. Sundar for having these wonderful topics. Okay, it was a wonderful session. Quotes from Khalil Gibran, Mark Twain, Shakespeare, etc. had been given to the speakers, and all the 6 speakers attended very well, and they all were qualified. There were 6 speakers. I will take at least half a minute. Jijo Koshi, great energy, well tried on the topic. You started with full of enthusiasm, wonderfully tried to stick on to the topic which was given to you. However, if you could work on your voice modulation and your camera, okay, you are looking down towards when you stand up. So try to adjust that camera. In between, your voice went flat. It was a flat tone. You did not have that energy which you started in the beginning. Try to maintain that energy. Guest Shanake Sterling, well done, great, well tried, well attended. However, let me give a small piece of advice. Go to heaven for the climate and hell for company. You need not agree in the beginning itself. Try to develop on that speech. Halfway through, you say, I agree or I disagree. There's no taboo that you cannot agree or disagree in the beginning itself. However, while you design a speech towards the end, if you can do that, that'll be great. Moreover, work upon your voice modulation. And third was Shaida Ansari DTM. To the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. Excellent. You incorporated your personal experience, being a mother, being a Toastmaster, being a wife, and all those things. Yeah, excellent. Well done. When you incorporate, when you add your personal experience, that adds value to any speech. However, let me give a small piece of correction here. It is always better to have enthusiasm in your speech. Now you bring out that life in your speech that will get the attention or glued, the audience will glued to your topic. And Sharavanan, well done, well done. You have done a great job. You tried and you qualified. That's the beauty of your speech, okay? You crossed that mark and you qualified. Even though you're doing it first time, you're done. You completed that 1 minute, and yes, you're qualified. Yes. Saravanan and many of the speakers here, let me tell you one thing very, very clearly. Do not repeat the topic. Do not try to repeat the topic unless and until you're confident. Fifth was Dr. Mahesh, a quote from Roosevelt, believe you can and you are halfway there. Yes, amazing speaker, confidently spoke on personal experience, and gestures were excellent, and it was inspiring. That speech was inspiring, and a message, a call was there at the end of the message. However, let me give a small correction. Okay, you need not to say back to you. You can say over to you, or the virtual platform is yours. And the last one, last but not the least, is Toastmaster Sundar Joni, Shakespeare. A long quote. However, you repeated that without a mistake. However, this might not be the same scenario when you're on a physical meeting. Now, sitting in the coziness of your house, yes, you might be knowing this quote, but when you are on a stage with the lengthy quote, don't try to attend that. Don't try to repeat. That's a small suggestion. And you quoted an example, Mother Teresa. Smiling and speaking is a wonderful quality. Keep it up. Add more of life experience. And one thing, let me to all the speakers, if you can add humor to your speeches will be excellent and you will be out of the mode. The virtual platform is yours, Toastmaster Sundar.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Roji, for that spectacular feedback and evaluation session that you gave to all our speakers. So we have 2 more evaluations to go forth and recognitions for today's meeting. So at this juncture, I would like to raise a motion to extend the meeting time by another 10 minutes. Mr. VPE and Presiding Officer, would you please second the motion?
You may extend the meeting for 10 minutes.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So let's just move on to our next evaluation. So our second segment, which was the If You Could segment, definitely a difficult segment to evaluate and provide feedback, but we had the right person to do the right job. So we have here distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai to do the evaluation. And yet again, the timing would be 3 minutes green, 3.5 yellow, and 4 minutes red. Timer, please note. Over to you, Dr. Mahesh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sundar. And what a great topics you have given today, 3 different segments and 3 different themes. And in this one, you have boosted the people's imagination. And we have seen how the imagination was flying. And we could hear great speeches. Thank you so much for the great speeches and the great topics. The first speaker was DCM Chand Pant. The topic was, if you could live one day of your life again, what day you will choose? You straight away jumped on the topic and connected with a personal experience. You emotionally connected all the audience with you. And I also remembering the days I spent with my father, and you had a great opening, great body, and you have shared a great personal message to everyone that you need to tell people that when you love somebody, you need to tell them that you love them, and this time you'll not get the time again. You're so confident, great speaker. The structure of the speech was amazing. The only suggestion I would like to give is, please, you're a great speaker. We can learn a lot of things from you. Please stand up and speak. You can say how you can use your body language, the gestures and all. Other than that, there are no suggestions. The next speech was from a champion, DTM Roji Matthew. If you take a single photograph of your life, what would it look like? See, all the speakers emotionally connected us. So that's why, from the beginning till the end, they grab our attention. So he straight away said, the day my mother dropped me at the school and she was standing at the gate. So we all went back. He took us back to the school days. That's how the speeches, powerful speeches are. They will take you back to history, the days where we spent, or the day one of our school, how we spent there. And he was confident, a great speech with a great opening, great body and conclusion. The 2 things I would like to suggest, DTM Roji, you are a great speaker. Again, please stand up and speak. We had learned a lot of things from you. And other thing is, your usual energy was a bit less today. Normally, your speech was so powerful from the beginning to the end, but it was a bit less today. The third speaker, Toastmaster Naveen Parmal, your topic was if you could be in any age for 1 week, what age and why? Again, you took us back to our young age. You said 30 years ago during our young age, the day he spent. We also think about so many things, but I don't want to say because my wife is next to there, so I don't know how he spent that time. And that's how the personal stories can attract audience. So you again prove that it's a great way of attracting the audience throughout your speech. Your confidence, your voice was clear, great opening, body, and conclusion. And I'll suggest to stand up and speak and have a bit of voice modulation to so that the people will be, your message will be very clear. The fourth speaker, Toastmaster Arun Vasan. If you could choose one book that symbolizes your life, what that book would be? You straight away connected with the topic and you said that the book is like Power of Positive Thinking, and you explain how it affected your life. And you had a great opening, you're confident, and your speech was amazing. But I would say you're walking, it seems. You need to stop, you need to keep the camera in a stationary position and speak. Not only you can see the body language and have some pauses in between so that the message is very clear. And the fifth speaker, if you could fly an airplane, where you will take it? Toastmaster Khalid Amin, what a great energy, what a great imagination. You started the speech by saying, let me tell you a story. That itself attracted all the people. All were eager to listen to the story. You said like, and it's not a speech, it was a story, but with a great message. In fact, you told all of us to, think high, be confident, and you say, be careful what you wish, because you will get that one day. The positivity, the confidence, that was really amazing. I'll say, please, again, you need to fix your camera and speak. That will be, because you're a great speaker, we can learn a lot of things from you, and have some pauses in between so that you can clearly understand the message. The last speech was from Toastmaster Umar Farooq Awan. If you could install one piece of advice to a newborn baby's mind, what that would be? When you started the speech, I thought like, oh, you don't like the topic or what? But so everybody was attracted. Then you attracted the audience attention. Then you straight away delivered your message. From a funny thing, you become serious. That's how you can attract the audience. That's a different way. I learned something new today. And you had a great opening, great body, and conclusion. You say how young people can be guided so that they can be successful or they can be a better citizens tomorrow. Overall, it was, I again say, you're all are great speakers. Everybody sit and speak. So we cannot learn the body language, the gestures, and all other things from you. But overall, it was amazing speech. Your imagination, you took our imaginations to the sky. And I was really say, I learned a lot, and it was amazing speeches. And thanks to all the speakers and the table topic master. Back to you. Sorry, over to you.
Thank you very much, distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh, for that brilliant evaluation and feedback. I am pretty sure that all our speakers have benefited out of it. So our last but not the least evaluator is Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, who evaluated the final segment, which was all our one-liners, catchy one-liners. We have 3 speakers. So the timing would be 2 green, 2.5 yellow, and 3 minutes red. Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Sundar, for giving me this opportunity to be the evaluation of such great speakers. So we had amazing topics and simple ones, and the speakers made best use of it. Starting with DTM Thomas Abraham, no pain, no gain. Wow, you reminded me of my days in Bangalore, where I always wished to go back to Micro Bosch. That was my dream company, and that you have brought back that dream in me. I will surely go back to that company. So it was great storytelling, and you started with some humor to pull. Okay, hey Thomas, and all the girls were behind you. So that was great way of pulling the audience, and you gave your entire journey, taking all the pain and reaching to your destination. So that was great way of connecting. You had a good opening, a good body, and you closed well. Overall, great speech. Only I wanted to see some pain on your face. You have such great storyline, but it was all very pale all around. So that will make it great. That was about Toastmaster DTM Thomas Abraham. Next was Toastmaster Galal Zaki, our very renowned guest and Toastmaster. He shared a very good story, and the book he wrote had a lot of humor, and the story of his wife, and you added some words that really took us along. The bombshell, all that was, and you had some words, telegram, telephone, and tell me. So all these things kept us involved in the story. Only thing, the topic was the best is yet to come. I felt you missed somewhere down the lane. You would have stayed with the topic a little more. You kept saying the story, but you did not conclude on best is yet to come, and you did not close the speech. Overall, great speech, great storytelling, great humor. With this, only one thing that you would have stayed with the topic, you would have been a great speaker. Last but not the least, love more, worry less. Toastmaster Rajan Jose, great opening. You gave nice punches. That was your highlight of your speech, the punches. And you kept asking questions to the audience. That was great. So everyone could easily connect to your topic. And you gave great examples. What you need to worry is about your child, so that everyone is connected to your topic immediately. So these, and you gave an example of yoga. So if you are worried, use yoga. Again, you had a good structure, or only one thing you would have used some vocal variety. You had some more emotions. You had great punches. Just a little more vocal variety, you can be a great speaker. And some expressions on your face. I want to see some happiness, some sadness. That will make it even more great. Overall, a great speech, Toastmaster Rajan. Just add some facial gestures. You are a great speaker. Back to you. Over to you, Table Talk.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jijo, for that sweet evaluation and feedback that you provided for the speakers of the last event. So, fellow Toastmasters and all my dear friends, with that, we come to the end of the evaluation and feedback session. It was a thoroughly enjoyable session that we had today. It was our first experiment doing a Table Topics Marathon, and thanks for all those speakers who joined us from far and wide. And it was really an elative, or I was elated conducting this session. So a moment of elation, learning a lot from all of these people and feeling that all is well with whatever you spoke about. So with that, I come to the end of my session, and I really was happy being the Table Topics Master and Facilitator for today, and I hand back the control of the meeting, or I would rather call upon the presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi. Over to you, Toastmaster Jijo.
Doctor, before we end, can we get the best evaluator? Voting for best evaluator?
Okay, fine. Are we going to, because we did not plan it?
No worries. Yes,
fine.
Let's. It's a marathon. Let's stay only for table topics. That's
yes.
Fine.
So the voting was done only for the table topics and all the three evaluators. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just forgot something. I need to take the timers report. Timer, Toastmaster Rajan Jose, before I forget. Could you please share your report?
Out of the three, right? Out of is it just for the evaluators or the whole?
No, for all the speakers, you could just give their exact timings. Just read out the speaker name and the time taken.
So table topics first session. Toastmaster Jijo was 2 minutes 22. Shonake was 1 minute 17. DTM Saida was 1 minute 40. Mr. Saravanan was 1 minute 15, and DTM Dr. Mahesh 1 minute 57, and Toastmaster Sunita 1 minute 51. In the second round of table topics, DTM Chayan 1 minute 51, DTM DTM Roji Matthew was 2 minutes and 19, Toastmaster Naveen was 2 minutes and 15, Toastmaster Arun 2 minutes and 13. DTM Khaled, 2 minutes and 13. Toastmaster Umar, 2 minutes and 19. In the third round of table topics, DTM Thomas was 2 minutes and 16. DTM Galal was 1 minute and 49.
and Toastmaster Rajan Jose took 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Right.
And about the evaluations, Toastmaster Rajan?
About the evaluators, DTM Roji was 4 minutes and 30. DTM Dr. Mahesh was 5 minutes and 51. Toastmaster Jijo was 3 minutes and 17.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anjos, for that meticulous timing report. And thank you, really, we are indebted for your support for today's Table Topics Marathon. So with that, I hand over the control of the meeting to Toastmaster Jijo Koshi.
Thank you, DTM Dr. Ramalingam, for conducting such a great and engaging session. All is well, is it?
Yes, everything is well.
Everything is well. So the doctor ensured everybody is well, all is well. Indeed, after a tough day at work, when you come into a meeting, you wanted to have, you need some energy, and it was here. So it made my day. I guess it's for all really enjoyed it. We had great topics and great themes for every session that made it really interesting. And great speeches, a lot of learning today. I learned a lot of things from great variety of speakers we had from around the world. I will ask the president to keep doing this marathon yet again. And it's so nice to be different from our normal meetings. That's great. Thank you all role players, Sergeant at Arms and the timer. They did a great job. And it was all timely done. We had great evaluations from distinguished Toastmaster Roji Matthews and distinguished Toastmaster Mahesh Pillai. It was great learning overall. Yes, I think we have now. It's our time for our guest. Let us call our guest Toastmaster DTM, not to be DTM, Toastmaster Arun Vasan.
All right. I think you guys had a great evening for all of us. Just a couple of suggestions. This random picking of questions is a pretty time-consuming effort, and it doesn't really add any value to the meeting. So probably that can be discarded. And it's better to give first chances to all the guests because they come from a different time zones. So you can keep the local guys like us towards the end and call those people in the first. For example, people coming from India, they're 2.5 hours ahead of us. So we missed a couple of them because we didn't call them. So just wanted to highlight these two things. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much for the feedback. Well noted. We will make sure this is done in the next meeting, next marathon. Next, let us listen to our guest from far away. I will call DTM Thomas first. You are muted, sir.
Yeah. Hi. I was asked why I'm here. I said out of curiosity. Truly that curiosity can kill the cat. Curiosity can also make the cat wiser. I have got that experience. Thank you very much. I also saw a couple of friends I've known. I'm glad I could see them again. I hope to come back if I get this information. Thank you very much. Obviously, I enjoyed this. The variety. Each is a star I could see. It's a little like collection of international stars, cricket stars. Each has a style. Very, very much liked it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the feedback. Next, DTM Galal Zaki. I will surely listen to your poem in the YouTube.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thomas, I also worked in advertising. My mother told me that it was going to be the most fun I would have with my clothes on. No, actually, that was in a book. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Thank you. I've learned so much. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Galal. Next, may I call upon distinguished Toastmaster Syed Ansari. How was your experience in our Taj meeting? It's the first time I saw you in the Taj meeting.
Yeah, thank you very much for posting the link. And my first experience, very memorable one. And I look forward to attending more meetings. Like, okay, if I get the link, and I'm totally impressed by Dr. Sundar's table topics. Wow. I mean, one of the best thing about a table topic is that it should be understood.
that the speakers understand, grasp, and give a proper response. And that was very, very, I mean, wonderful, amazing, and I really loved it a lot. And I look forward to being with you more in the future. We always need to think the positive, the best. So I'm taking my positivity and like, okay, I would look forward to be part of K-Taj and part of Division B. And I really need to like, okay, consult, talk, and like, take the feedback from our current Division B director. Thank you very much, and all of you. And the team, Dr. Mahesh, I would look forward to, being with you like more because it is a learning experience. What happens in the future, only Allah knows. Win or don't win, I want to be there, I'm there. So I really need to like enhance my experience, meet more, and get more information. And thank you very much for that. I look forward to meeting more. And TMGju, like it's always been a good experience whenever I have been like, okay, working with you. Thank you very much for that. And the rest of the people. And Toastmaster Umar, I think, yeah. So there are a few faces I know. And DTM Broji, like for me, like, okay, when I first came to Riyadh and when I saw you, I'm like, who is this person? I had no, I couldn't recollect your name, but I had that face in mind. I kept like, okay, who is this gentleman? Okay, I want to, like more about this gentleman. I think it was Setak that we had, like, okay, I had seen you, okay, in action, and really it was so impressive then. Wow. Okay, so I'm so glad to be, with, all the Toastmasters, like in 79 in Division B, especially name by name. Thank you very much, everybody, and our guests. Okay, Toastmaster Thomas and okay, Toastmaster Rajan. Okay, and others. I mean, all the guests in here. Thank you very much. And Sunita, I think you are comparatively new in Toastmasters, right? Or at least here? Yeah. So I think this is the second time I'm seeing you online. Nice to see you. Very impressed by you. Okay, thank you very much. And over to you, Toastmaster Jitro. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your feedback. Next, let me call upon a guest. He's a first timer in Toastmasters, but really courageous enough to speak for over a minute. Thank you, Mr. Sarunan. Let's listen from you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. First of all, thanks for giving this opportunity to join your Toastmaster. So today I lot of learning from today. A lot of learns. For example, how to speak, how to body language, how to improvement, how to today I lot of learns. So this is very good for opportunity. So very I have lot learns. So this is very good opportunity for me. Thanks. First of all, thanks for giving to giving the opportunity. Thanks a lot for your Toastmaster. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sarvanan. See, you first thing is believe in yourself. You believed in yourself that you can speak and you spoke really well. That is most important. Don't worry about what others might think. What they will, if I say something, they might think something wrong. No, you have to go forward. You have to speak up. Else, you cannot grow. So you did the great thing by joining and keep continuing. I mean, every week, come on every Monday and join our meetings. We will guide you and you will reach your destination very soon.
Sure, sir. I will.
Thank you so much. Next, let me call upon Toastmaster Umar Farooq, our beloved guest and Unit 31 director.
Yes, Toastmaster Jiju. It was a pleasure to be part of this meeting. It was unique. I love this idea of having quotes and conditional sentences and one-liners as the table topic themes for the 3 segments. Love the evaluations. Very friendly and empowering. I always believe that evaluations are there to elevate a speaker, not devalue or something. So they did really well as evaluators, everybody. And it was great to be part of it. A lot of learnings and a lot of lessons learned. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Umar. Actually, we are running late. So let me go. I'm not calling the other guest. Apologies for that. Mr. Vote Counter, DTF Sundar, can you announce the results?
Yes, Toastmaster Jijo, the results are ready and waiting for quite some time now. So here we have, this is just not only the results, but also the recognitions for the evaluators and role players who helped us conduct the meeting today. So here we go. Thank you, and over to you, presiding officer. Congratulations to all the winners, and thanks to all the evaluators and role players.
Thank you for that lovely presentation, and congratulations all winners. In fact, everyone who attempted the table topic is a winner. So with that, we will come to the end of this tonight's session of marathon, and we'll officially adjourn the meeting. And before we do that, can we have the national anthem? So Taj, we end with the national anthem. That's our usual procedure. I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
Give me a second, I'm playing the national anthem.
Thank you, Dr. Sundar, for playing the Saudi national anthem and the Indian national anthem. And with this,